Good evening, everyone. I'm going to wait for a few moments to see if some people pop on. It's Talking Turkey time with Jeanette, the brand ambassador. Oh, that's me. So good evening. I hope you are all relaxed and recovered from our long weekend across Canada. A lot of our provinces had a long weekend. Of course, last week we celebrated Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year. Did you make that teriyaki sticky, turkey wings? Oh my gosh, they were delicious, and boy, my house smelled delicious. I actually had them in two settings because it was very meaty. And of course, on Sunday was Valentine's Day, where we showed the love for everybody in our lives, our communities, and our businesses. I just love JD Farms, so just a little late Valentine's Day to them. And then, of course, on Monday, it was Family Day. And those of you that may not be aware on our followers, JD Farms is a family-run company. And it's been a family-run company for a long time. We have Mayor Jack Froese, and of course he started it. No, actually Debbie Froese, his dearly departed wife, started JD Farms a long time ago. And Jack was there walking with her, and now the kids have taken over. So we have Marilyn, who is our vice president. We have Jason Froese, who is our general manager, and we have Jennifer that's in the back making sure that things are running really well in production as well. And we've got a tremendous team. So I've got my teacup with me tonight about keeping calm and drinking tea. At JD Farms, they have Taiga teas. And this particular tea, this is their ice wine made with maple, would be a beautiful pot of tea to have with the recipe that I'm going to make for you guys tonight. So I wanted to show that with you because that's what's in my cup tonight. You can get teas and breads and spices and noodles and pancake mixes. You get a lot of your good dry goods at JD Farms. So do remember, we have our online shopping that you can shop. We'll even still pick it up. Pick the order for you, pay for it, and we can do a curbside pickup. So, hey, not too bad. And then hit what's down the street, Craftsberry Farms or Otter Co-op to get your veg. So tonight's recipe is one of my family favorites. As a child, we ate a lot of New England boiled dinners. And there was a couple of reasons why. Back in the day, a cottage roll, most times when I had it as a child, was made, it's a pork product. And it's rolled, it's the meat that's rolled tight, put into casing, and then it's smoked. And a little piece of cottage roll with a lot of extra vegetables in with it can serve a lot in a family. I'm from a family of 9. I'm the middle child of 7. So this recipe is going to feed a lot of people with a little bit of meat. So this is the cottage roll. I love them. It's lean, it's full of flavor, and I'm going to zhuzh up the flavor just a little bit more. So we've got turkey, just so you're aware of what's in here. We've got some water, a little bit of sugar, spices, sea salt, cultured celery powder. So if you've got some nitrate issues, there's no nitrate in here. Organic canola oil. So basically that's the brine that's used to make it. This little piece is $7.69. We're going to take it out. And you can kind of see, it looks like a little bit of a ham, but it is, of course, 100% turkey. And what we're going to do with this is take it and score it just a little bit. Oh my gosh, I can smell the smoke already. I have been to JD Farms where they've been smoking out the back. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. So we're going to stud it with some clove. Just kind of in those little, maybe, let's say about 6 or 7 cloves in there. You know that jar of cloves that you get for a recipe? Well, it's time to get them out. If anybody has any questions about the JD Farms products while I'm making this recipe, please put them in the comments. I'd love to know, hey, let's do a little mini poll. Have you had our cottage roll? Give a heart. if you are going to try this recipe after I show it to you, put a thumbs up. I'd love to know. So there you go. We're just kind of studying it a little bit. Clove and cottage roll just goes so well together. Let's stick another one down there. Okay, because we're going to use some more cloves a little later on. So that is prepped. So this is our bounty of vegetables. So when you think about this little piece of meat, oh, had it, great. Gonna try it, love it. So this is our little bit of meat, but it's very lean, so you don't need a lot of it. We're gonna bulk it up or cook it with a bunch of different vegetables. So I have 4 carrots, and the key piece, guys, is consistency and sizing, so everything cooks well. So 4 carrots, I only eat organic carrots cleaned. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 4-inch ribs of celery, again, organic, that's what I eat. I have 2 small organic apples. I have 5 little new potatoes, and you see they're all about the same size. And we're all going to layer these into the dish in a way so they cook, they'll cook evenly. 1 small cooking onion. And classically in a New England boiled dinner, you take big wedges of cabbage kind of near the end and put it on the top. I don't have any cabbage in my house. A big head of cabbage for a single girl, you're eating cabbage for a long time. That's why I love Brussels sprouts. So we've got some Brussels sprouts. So now the key piece to this is think about the density of your vegetables. So the carrot and the potato are the hardest. So what we want to do, so my little cottage roll edit there, is cut that in half. Cut that in half. So we've got even cooking. Cut that in half. So kind of that top thicker end of the carrot, so you're kind of cutting that in half, is cut in half because of course that's, you want it the same size. Okay, that is our base. So we're going to arrange it. I've got, this is, if we kind of take a look at my hand, probably about a 4-inch, if this is a 4-inch, yeah. So about a 4-inch deep casserole dish. And I'm laying them in the bottom, single layer. So I'm going to tip this up in a second so you can see it's a single layer. I'm going to stick the little cottage roll on the top of that, okay? Now, our next densest vegetable is the potato. So we all want them about the same size. So some of them I can just cut in half. Some I will cut in a quarter. You could use these little red potatoes. You could use russets. Any potato will work. But classically, a New England boiled dinner uses little new potatoes. So this will feed a family of 4 for quite a while, like for dinner. So now we're going to arrange this, cut side up, okay? The reason being, that's going to help as it's kind of steaming to keep its shape. If we kind of put a cut side down, all that water and juice is going to come to this side and it could go mushy. Don't want that. The whole key piece with this is when you pour it out onto the platter, everything's kind of still in its kind of its form. Yeah, it's just, you kind of pour it out on a platter and it just looks so delightful and delicious, and everything's got that flavor. So you just nestle those potatoes. So you see they're nestled in there. So now when we think of, oh, forgot a potato. Now we're going to do something interesting. So an apple is about the same density, maybe a little bit softer flesh. Take that apple, cut it in half, take the stem out. Didn't get my core. And just a little strawberry color. Just gonna take the core out. This is something that is my twist, because when these apples cook, they will get slightly soft. You'll pull them out and give them a bit of a mash, and you're making essentially some applesauce at the same time to go with this dish with the cottage roll. There's nothing better than something smoky and something sweet. So just turn that out there. we're going to grab back those cloves because we want to give these guys a little bit of spice. So we're just going to take a couple of cloves, about 2 or 3, and nestle those on top of the potato. So hey guys, are you enjoying this recipe? I would love to know. Give me a thumbs up if you're going to try the recipe. Give me a heart if you have eaten our cottage roll. I just think it's a really, really good value. It's so meaty. And it's cooked as it is, guys. You could take it and slice it and put it in a sandwich or pan fried. It's already cooked. This is just giving it a little bit more oomph. Okay. And we're in there. And one more. Whoops, I've got cloves going everywhere. Okay. So you see I've just kind of nestled them in the dish. Next, if we think we're getting close to everybody having the same density, onion is going to cook down a little softer than celery, so that one will be next. Peel that onion. You know, you always keep the peels. Get a Ziploc bag or a plastic container in your freezer. You keep all of this stuff. You keep all the peels and even these apple pieces, and you keep it from when you're making stock, and you throw it in when you're roasting your bones. Oh my gosh, delicious. I think I've showed you that before. Might do a little bit of a refresher. So I want this to have, again, when I think about me plating this, when it's cooked, I want to keep them like little circles. So I'm going to put that on top of the potatoes, just nestled in there, so it's going to get that oniony flavor. Next, the celery. Let's give the bottom a little bit of a trim. I love braised celery. It just gets sweeter, and I find when I use celery, I use a lot less salt in my recipes. So again, thinking about our texture, nice little squares, maybe about 1 inch. I know I go from centimeters to inches all the time. I'm just going to put that along the top, nestling it in on top, like so. Okay. And now our Brussels sprouts. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 Brussels sprouts. Perfect. Now I'm going to take the Brussels sprout, clean off the bottom, and leave them whole and tuck them on top of the celery. What the celery is going to do is act like its base so it can steam, and they're not going to get soggy. So just tucking that in there. Again, don't throw out these little leaves. Everything can be put into your bag to make a good stock. I did wash these before, just so you're aware. Okay, tucking that in. I'll just bring this back so you can see it. Look at how beautiful this is. One pot meal. It's going to cook or braise in the oven. I'm going to make this tomorrow night for supper. So at this point, I just get it to this point and put it in my fridge, put my lid on it, and then I can cook it tomorrow. So you'll see how everything is nicely nestled. And the other thing you will notice about this recipe is if you are doing, watching your fats, I'm not adding any fats to this. So it's a very clean, fresh dish. Okay, let's give it a nice healthy dose of ground pepper. And you'll notice I'm not putting any salt. Number one, I've got the celery in there. Number two, the cottage roll has got salt in it, so it's going to add its own salt. I always say in my recipes, you get to salt it at the end to taste. So that, and I like it a little bit of, kicked up chili flake. So I'm going to take, a good ½ teaspoon of chili flake. So think about that sweet apple and that sweet onion in there, the smokiness of that cottage roll. It's all going to marry well in the flavors and kind of that, nice warm spicing. So guys, that's how far we get it to today. I will put it in my fridge, like yay. And tomorrow, I will pour water up to about the 2-inch mark. So I'm not sure how much that's going to be, but I'm guessing probably about 4 to 6 cups of water to kind of get it up to that I'm going to say 3-finger mark on my casserole dish. And I put the lid on it, 325 degrees, and it's probably going to take at least an hour, maybe a little longer. You'll take it out at that hour. You'll take your knife, go down deep to the potatoes. If they're fork tender and the carrots are fork tender, everything on the top is going to be good because everything is like steaming on the top. How you want to take it and plate it, we'll take out those apples, remove the little cloves out of there, give them a bit of a rough mash to have some applesauce on the side. We'll slice up our cottage roll, put that on a platter, and I love it with a spicy mustard. Just beautiful. So all good winter vegetables that are around right now in our pantries or in our fridges. So I hope you make this recipe. It kind of takes the mystery out of what to do with our cottage rolls. That good lean piece of meat, it's got a lot of flavor, and it's going to flavor this water. And keep the juice. Something else. You're going to take it out. You're going to keep that juice on the side because sometimes I like to pour a little bit on the potatoes and give it a mash into the potatoes, and it's just amazing. So there you go, guys. The mystery taken out of our cottage roll. I hope you make this recipe for your family or for yourself. It's a really good value, and it lasts a long time. So thank you so much for coming along with me tonight and every night as I share with you and we talk turkey about the JD Farms products. Enjoy the night, everybody. Watch tomorrow when I pull this out of the oven. I'll probably go live again so I can show you how I plate this incredible meal. Enjoy. Bye-bye.